Checking to see if Picarto is working. Picarto is working. Let's see if Twitch is working. Twitch, I assume, is working. Just need to check to make sure the audio is. Twitch is working. And last but not least, ooh, YouTube. Confirm you're working. Sounds like YouTube is working too. Yes? Alright, sweet. Fashionably late as always. I am. So, let's see if, the darn, it is just opening the project right now. Let's see if it actually works. It actually works. Holy crud. Yay. Started working on a way too massive of a project. I started working on actually pulling together a save system that I've originally been planning on from the beginning, and that has been a journey throughout this week. I don't know how far I'll get, but my original intent was to get audio at the very least working. So, yeah, I created this new audio set that takes in a mixer, then puts in a bunch of fields that are necessary. This is good. I think it's fine. And yar, there's just a lot. that Pardon me. Hold on for a minute. Am I audible? Okay, good. So yeah, just doing stuff with the with this more with creating more packages. I think I wanted to I want to really finish the audio package, and this is probably new to anyone who came in because I didn't even stream myself pulling together a new audio package. Uh, the end goal for me right now, and this is just like me just um, working towards Ludum Dare, that is coming up, I believe, on April 1st. My end goal right now is to create a new um, menu system where it loads scenes rather than prefabs, because I'm finding trying to nest prefabs and working with it to be extremely cumbersome. So trying to look for better alternatives, in other words, for that. Uh, but with that in mind, the there's a lot that my original menu framework really required. So I'm trying to split off all the parts, all the dependencies to their own separate packages. And then, start a menu package. I'm hoping that I can get to actually creating a new menu package, like create a very bare bones one, to be fair. Um, Pardon me. Um, maybe next in the next 2 weeks. Um, I feel like I have a framework now that lets me get started on a couple of these very quickly. Right now, what I did put together was I did put together this game feel package, which it's bare bones. There needs to be more than just this. But actually, I could. There is one thing I need to do with game feel, um, that needs to change. Um, so that's I might have to work on. Might end up just making a different package entirely for that. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Um, but so anyways, where was I going with this? I'm working on audio. That's the first thing. I'm I wanted to finish the audio package is not done. Then I do want to also start working on the save system. A lot of these packages stuffs are change or these fields comes from changes I've made with the saves sprocket package, which already is exported and uploaded to OpenUPM. I will need to like significantly update that very soon. Um, so that part is going to be interesting, to say the least. Right. One of the more annoying things right now is I don't have a good UI for prompting the user to like save at a specific location. Um, Probably should establish a better system than what I have right now. But alas, uh, I have a pretty silly system here and sort of comfortable with thinking later on I probably want to try just auto creating some of these settings because this is uh, asking a person to constantly hit this create button is getting ridiculous. That's also not to mention what happens if they do it out of order, right? Like the audio stuff would have to come after the save settings. So a little concerned there. Uh, but yeah, I think I'll worry about that later for now. Um, Anyways, let's see. So where do I want to start today? Um, I think I'm going to finish the audio manager interface. I'll have to test it uh, in the near future. I don't think I can test it right now because the saves feature is not done yet. So I probably want to work on the saves feature directly after I'm done with audio. Um, but the audio stuff should be fairly simple to work on. My thought process is to just start copying and pasting some stuff from the project into this package. Once I have the code and interface ready, um, and then I'll probably uh, offline start working on a test project to check to make sure audio is working correctly or not. But yeah, the saves part is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to think, probably going to have to work on that sooner rather than later, probably as part of the stream as well. So let's start with audio stuff first. I did open this. Gonna actually close all for now. Oh, okay, never mind. Probably don't need to close that per se, but I do want to have Unity kind of generate the CS projects files and everything, as I just recently deleted them. All right, so I was working on the saves system. I'm gonna put that aside for now. There's a lot that I need to work on for that. But the audio manager here, there's a lot that I need to work on too. Should probably be easier to work with. Convert this to an eye trackable. Oh, yeah. I guess that's something that needs to be done. Itch, which really does not need to be eye trackable at all, so I'm not too concerned about this. So all the pitches are fine. Yeah, I'd say all the pitches are fine. And why are the expand commands not showing up? Really strange. Yeah, it doesn't even let me expand or collapse this, which I'm finding quite annoying right now. Okay, so it's getting this game settings right here and trying to grab the save data. Save data is music muted, is sound muted. So don't need those anymore. Do need the audio data, however. Yep, I think it finished processing, or is what's going on, OmniSharp? Oh, you are now giving me the options to, okay, cool. Bunch of stuff I don't need expanded here. They're gonna be fine. We'll need to work on that. I will not need to work on these. Not concerned at all about pitches. Does pitch have set? Yes, this do. Right. So this is saying this needs to be an eye trackable. And golly, still getting these. Bam. Or unwanted content. Thank you. Convert this to an eye trackable. I don't think I need to go that far actually. I'll I'll describe why. Sure, maybe, hopefully, probably. Um, that's an event, right? Yeah, it's an event, so it doesn't really matter that. Um, right. So here is audio data. The music volume is. I actually recall what the heck of these are, and it doesn't seem to recognize it because this is the audio settings right here, and I guess Unity or not Unity, OmniSharp is just taking its sweet time trying to figure out trying to compile each of these files. Anyways, yeah, so main volume is this. String to, it's a string to a field in audio settings. Need the main volume. And then it's grabbing the music volume from save data, which doesn't exist anymore, and is music muted? I think what I want instead are these save floats and these save pools. So here, main volume, from audio data, I want you to grab this, settings, I want you to grab this. I see what's going on. Um, yeah, this needs to, no, it is extending saves. So I probably just need to turn on word wrap. Yeah, let's just turn on word wrap. I should also look into how in Visual Code to have word wrap on by default. That's under code preference. Ah, interesting. All right. This has this. Um, oh wait. This is the part that's value. Set mixer float. That's not correct. Set mixer float just sets, that's get mixer float. Set mixer float checks to see if the field exists, then sets the float. And in this case, music percent is not decibel. So yeah, this is just not correct. Uh, volume B. If it's not muted, the volume dB equals this shenanigans right here. volume percent dot value. It should be capital V, I don't know. Gee, it sure sounds like needs these floats and bools loaded to figure out what the heck it's supposed to do with these. I wonder also if I've configured it correctly. Honestly, might be better for me to just do that instead, even if it reads wonky. So anyways, on music data, then these two doesn't exist, so I need to replace them with proper music volume settings, music mute settings. This one's for sound effect, volume settings, mute settings. This one is for voice. And this one's for ambience. Right. So that all sounds good. Check to see if the time manager, check the time management on destroy, do all that. Before I get to on destroy, so update volume DC. So in this case, this is gonna take a sweet time trying to figure this stuff out, apparently. There, can you now figure out where that is? No? What's taking OmniSharp so long? That's a Git extension. Okay. Get the language mode. That's fine. Tab size. Um, saying no problems detected, but why is it taking so long then? Anyways, it's an iTrackable, so just need to look for common runtime trackable. iTrackable. What are your How do you do? What are your settings? Change event, old value, new value. Right. Okay. So no, I don't want that. You please. There we go. Um, New volume. So this is to main volume changing. It first needs to check. Um, uh, Pardon me. Um, there's this whole update volume DB going on here. I am thinking I don't want, I don't just want this. Um, Float. And then this one, the last one is a bool. So in this case, it essentially just calls, you know, uh, volume percent. That's the new volume. And audio data dot uh, main mute settings, something to that effect. So we want that function, and I think I like that as it is. I just need to now be able to, before, you know, not doing a good job of summarizing my thoughts here. So like, I don't want this to be a lambda. I want this to be a function so that I can unlisten to it on destroy. Unsubscribe to it on destroy. So events. Uh, this one is float, I think. Void update main volume. Now I can just do this and do this here. It does need to grab the data first. So in this case, oh, I'm not grabbing the audio data, whoops. That's kind of important though. Yeah, there we go. Main volume settings. Yeah, that's what it's called. Main volume, it's plural. All of these are plural in fact. And code is just not auto-completing them. Frustrating. Anyways. That's main volume settings, main mute settings, and make sure we're actually unsubscribing to that. Right, we need to do the same thing, but for music. want to replace these with music as well. Right, let's see if Unity likes that. Settings does not exist. It's thinking. It's thinking for quite a long while. Interesting. Okay. Event loading label is assigned but never used. All for audio volume controls. I'm not concerned about that. Says there are 4 references. That is correct. There should be 4 references. Alright. Just need to do this for the rest of the stuff. Sound effects. Is sound effects plural? Yes, it is. Copy that. Paste it here. Change these to subtractions. Copy this. Here. Get rid of all music references. One is volume, that one is mute. Sound effects, mute. X, okay, cool. Then got sound effects in there. Next thing is voice. Kind of strange that sound effects is the only plural setting. I don't think it matters that significantly, but it does make the code look rather inconsistent. More of these random texts. Just reporting all of them as spam. think that should work. Then the last thing is ambience, of course. I am probably going to commit right after this, just to kind of get some progress in here. Then I think the next thing I'm going to do, after I'm done with this, is start working on those properties, starting with actual like trackable and the non-trackable variants just for ease. I think that should work. Yeah, see if Unity likes it. Yeah, taking that out is good. Bunch of subscribes and unsubscribe. Uh, Setting the volume. Yeah, something to that effect. Alright, so we got that. And the next thing I want to work on is actually fixing this. Like, do I want to do like them? Do I want to do this the quote unquote right way? I think I can just do eye trackable for now, and I'll worry about uh, but the convenience. Yeah, let's do the eye trackable. Let's just make these all eye trackables for now. Main volume settings. Actually, I can further shorten this. Since the rest is unimportant. Yeah, something to that effect. Next thing would be sound effects. Yeah. Then voices. Just voice. Feel like voice should be plural. Like music, the plural of music is, I think, musics. There's an actual S that goes in there. Let's double check. Plural of music. Plural form is also music in more specific context. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm thinking voices should be plural. If I get this right. Like this is actually used somewhere else outside of that if which actually makes only in I don't know why it keeps expanding to that screen when it's already been open, but okay. Oh dear, that didn't quite work. Oh, and I know why too. Uh, that's funny. I forgot to do this. Uh, fine. Are you not going to open? Earth Unity. Guess I'm just going to drink a little bit. Ah, yes. Anyways, so this is no longer correct. Uh, finding path, label, value, text. Nope. Duh. That's 1, 2, then these right here. That one looks good. I don't know why I capitalized the whatever. Alright, let's do it shenanigans. There, okay. These need to change. Let's rename these. Let's rename this. And this. Let's also rename that too. Right. Stat tab, save project. Add everything. All those voices change, more voices change. These are voices changes. That's good. Should be seeing these change to voices, which they are. That's good. That in turn means that I can go back here and actually take these out. As a quick aside, okay, I think this should work. So I don't need these anymore. I don't think so anyway. Those are voice settings and voice mute settings, voice pitches, and voices volume. Yeah, yeah, that looks right. I don't think we're done with that yet. Um, yeah, that should look good. Didn't save all the files. Try that again. Adding eye trackable properties to audio manager. That should hypothetically work. Pretty confident it does. Now that's done. And the last few things left are basically grabbing any scripts here. Like there's a singleton. If I had to guess, there's an audio mixer reference. Which we shouldn't need anymore. There's a background music reference. Um, oh, okay, that's how I created this. Interesting. How did I set up this mixer? I'm so trying to recall. There we go. Yeah. So how does this work? We have these omnipresent music, then we have this world music. Okay. So a potential parameter would be like, hmm, interesting. Okay, that's how I set this up. Um, that's how I expected the use it. A little annoyed by how I handled this. Um, right, so the omnipresent music and the world music, I think would make sense. I need to expose both of those volumes, in other words. Which sucks, but I can handle that. I need to also expose snapshots under the settings at some point. Um, it is annoying, but whatever. Uh, going to worry about the background music stuff then. Uh, somewhat last because there's a lot it looks like I need to fill in here. Um, but for now, what I really wanted to focus on was all these scripts. But what audio finder is. Sound effects, iAudio. Right. So all these scripts plus its editor equivalent, wherever they are. Um, sound effects editor. They're like okay, no, there isn't. So anyways, I want to move all these scripts into its own folder. its own package. So that was the original goal. Let's focus on that. Then I'll look into getting rid of this in the near future. But right, these stuff I think can go directly here. And I expect a lot of things to collapse. Well, okay, I don't expect a lot of things to collapse, but oh, and these were already in their audio stuff. Interesting. All right. So, and then the sound effects editor. Are you gonna work? Maybe? There we go. There was a whole lot of catch up going on. All right, well, this part isn't too slow. Uh, quick. Pardon me. This didn't even have a version. To version. Move to new package. Okay, this is an orderable list. I can work on editing this at a later time. 15, whatever. There's an iAudio. So iAudio help then. Okay. Do the part that matters first, documentation, because of course my priorities are completely straight, I swear. Why I chose that, but okay. Um, ugh. Oh. I wonder if there's a way. Actually, I'll worry about it later. So let's see if Unity's complaining anything about iAudio. No, it doesn't look like it. I probably need to rename ambient music. Um, there's also like a background music changer. Background music changer, and background menu. I'll worry about background music changer later. Uh, Audio Finder is interesting. It's a mono behavior. Um, I'm not sure I want that. Like, I know what I was doing with that, but I'm not convinced it's the. Yeah, I'll have to figure that part out. Let's start with sound effects, since to me that's what sort of matters the most. Yeah. So, oh, that worked. That is no longer true. I sort of don't want these referenced anymore. Yeah, so don't want either. Require component of audio source. That's for sound effects. Um, Sorry, I'm debating on how I want to approach this. uh, Clip variation, mutate pitch, volume, audio cache, clip randomizer, random list, um, can now be used. Is random list serializable now? I think it is. I can just use that directly instead of using this wacky workaround that really didn't help me back in the day. Yeah, random list can be serialized, so I don't need this silly hack anymore. Look how liberating that is. Uh, right. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, right. Audio is the audio source. Why is the audio source abstract? Why did I make the audio source abstract? That's a bizarre thing to do. What was my thought process for that? Okay, that has a mixer. I had big plans for this, and none of them came to fruition. This does exactly the same thing. And that's just it. Okay, I see what happened here. So ambient music and sound effects. Um, I'm just really annoyed by this. So it sounds like require component does in fact transfer. All sound effects. Why nothing is referencing? So I don't. It's adding it to all sound effects for some reason. There was a time when that was important, but then the audio mixer came in and we didn't need it anymore. Um, I don't like this global volume and global mute. How many things are representing these? They are not. Global pitch? Nah, I don't like that either. Yeah, I don't like any of this. I'm actually glad that I can simplify this now over time. This has always been like the silliest thing. Yeah, this has been like the bizarrely silliest thing that I've been working on where there were multiple ways of changing the volume of sound effects and muting them and changing their pitches. Um, but this, I would like to just have one single audio manager. I'd like to have only two different places you can change the audio from. And that's from the save settings, obviously, and from the audio manager, and that's it. And I want to make the save settings part relatively hard to do anyways. Like it just happens to be a way, but it's not a very good one. And we can get rid of these. Okay, that's good. This was the part where I thought was really silly. So let me dock this here for the time being. Um, yeah, this is already an abstract class, so definition here. Um, no, I don't think that's necessary. Oh, this namespace here isn't updated properly. That's interesting. But there's a helper class. Where's that helper class in common? I don't remember. Just called helpers. Helpers dot, and it doesn't even tell me. Come on. There's a get cache. Uh, this ref audio cache. There we go. These are all single lines, so I can do something similar. That way I can get rid of audio cache, get rid of this. That technically can be simplified. I don't know why I put getters and setters to these. I don't feel like they should have getters and setters. Yeah. Sounds like this needs an explanation because I had no idea what the return value did. Uh, really bizarrely written. I see why I did that. Whatever. Okay. Well, let's see if that sort of works. If that gets rid of. I mean, yes, that is indeed something I did on purpose. Oh, right, I have all this shenanigans. I don't like any of it. Yeah, I had big dreams with this, and it's clear I didn't do anything with this at all. Um, yeah, I'm thinking this needs changing. Like ambient, I don't think I'm using ambient music anywhere right now. Um, Plus, with the new structure, I don't think this actually does anything anyway. So, but I don't know. Maybe I'll find some new life with this. This I may have dragged in prematurely. I'm gonna actually take a quick break right now. I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot to mute. uh, of all the things, cannot apply index to this to an expression of type random list clip. This is probably true. I'm trying to remember why I chose to do that. Clip variations. Uh, okay, this is not quite the way I want things to work. Um, Control Shift I. Control Shift. Control Shift I. Okay, cool. So that does work. Check to see if audio already is a clip. Surprised I didn't fix this. Yeah, that should be what's happening. That's not good. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't fix that. I must have thought that was not necessary, but I can imagine a case where it is. Um, Interesting. So there's a variations that get frequency um, of audio.clip if frequency is basically 0. So check to see if it's already in the list. If not, add it in with default frequency. I think that works too, because isn't there 2 ads? Yeah, there's 2 add methods. Change audio source state. I think that should work. So that should cover that edge case. There's a bug fix for this, so let's plop in a 1, and this is 12. Current element. Checking to see if count is greater than 0. Then it shuffles. That's the index if it's already shuffling the whole thing over again. Grab the current element. Otherwise, checks to see if the index is the count. If there's at least one element, there is, grab the only element that source index. Even if the size is 1 or less. I'll have to write a note to myself that I updated comments, and then I need to work on creating a new version for that soon. But not too can't get too concerned about that right now. My original thought process was making sure that sound effects no longer. Okay, so it has a clip randomizer. There's a clip randomizer reference here. Some old thought processes here. Ambient music has been nothing, which that script never really did anything. So I might just delete this. I might just delete ambient music, and I don't think that script is used anywhere either. So, yeah. Right now it's complaining about adaptive music, which makes sense. Adaptive music was its own. Okay, I I had big ideas for this apparently. Gonna gonna move that back. Well, maybe I don't necessarily have to. These. This feels like it should work. Can't work. Actually, I don't want to quite stage these yet. Another spam comment. That was 2204. Actually a bit while back, yeah. This was meant to be an editor script the entire time. Yeah, I don't think I want Audio Finder anymore. There's a different method I'm thinking of that'll be better. Although whether I'll be able to properly implement it or not is a different question entirely. Uh, Adaptive music. This one, I need to actually evaluate and figure out what the heck's going on with this. Um, so what is adaptive music? There was like actual code in there. I don't know what my thought processes were for those. Like, this is stupid. Bind to options. It will always be bound to options. Okay, it looks like there was a bigger dream with this. Yeah, it looks like there was a much bigger dream with what to do with this. This actually sort of implies a different idea I have, um, for how I want to deal with time manager, because it sounds like there's an interesting idea here. Right. Yeah, I might want to change how time manager works a tiny bit. Well, something to think over for now. Mull over for now. The fact that time manager itself needs like change quite drastically anyways. Um, like I really did not think through where to place time manager because it's so tightly coupled with multiple things. Um, uh, there was clearly a big idea I had with this, and I could not get it to. Doesn't look like it's complete in its implementation, if I'm to be completely honest. So my thought process is to ditch this for now. Yeah, I had a big idea for this, and I think I can still make it work, but it is really not going to work at this state. Boop. Oh, this is true. This is also true. that how I named it? I'm trying to remember. Nope, that is not how I named it at all. This focuses on sound effect. Uh, no, that doesn't. Fact, this is supposed to be deleted anyway. So one thing I want to do, this is going to be hard. Um, I want to do one of the two potential things. Either you go here and it lets you create a new sound effect, like an audio source, and like that, it'll just apply everything correctly. Why is that being set there? I don't like that. Go back to preferences. This is so arbitrary. I'm pretty sure it's preferences. World position, error, remove curves, unroll rotation. These are animations. Visual effect. Uh, transform. I'm pretty darn sure its preferences remove curves. Scene view. Create objects at origin. There we go. Create objects with constrained proportions. Not really. Auto hide gizmos. Line thickness. This all looks good. There. So like I said, either make it so that you add stuff that way. Which I think could work. But I'm not a huge fan of that idea. Or I mean, it could work. I'm also wondering if there's a way for me to say like, you know, as soon as I add in sound effects, right, it immediately changes this audio mixer group to like an actual existing group. I don't know why it doesn't give me a selection. Why does it not give me a selection? Can I drag and drop one of these? Like master? Sound effects? Yes, so it does let me. So like that would be nice. Uh, I also like so there's voices and sound effect effectively are like the same thing in my code base. Likewise, music and ambience are both considered the same thing. They're just in two different groups, um, mixing groups. So I'm wondering what I can do to kind of like mix those together, to like have the sound effects be such that the audio source will automatically grab the output correctly. Um, yeah, I haven't really thought that through yet. Pitch, volume, priority. Priority being the middle is interesting. Bypass, effects, mute, output, audio clip, 3D sound settings. I wonder, yeah, there's reset. Unity, mono behavior, set, but only on add. If target, find. Okay, well, looks like add is the only way to do it. So reset is seemingly the only way I can determine to do that. However, how does one get this reference? In all honesty, like, um, so my first thought process is because I want to make sure this is customizable per audio setting, um, that this UI right here also contains the references and snapshots for that matter. Uh, so that's going to be interesting. The other thing is we want to start moving in the background music stuff. So yeah, um, I know this doesn't work though. That's the thing. I know this will not work. So I'm gonna put a pause there and actually focus on something else. I only have 3 minutes left for the stream, so others. Oh, those save settings right there. That would have been useful for me. Um, save settings, right. So the first things in save settings is that are these actually set up correctly? Let's double check to make. Save settings, saves. Okay, so those are all set up correctly. Yes, they are. Um, this does need to be set up, but first, before I take any of that route, this is not set up whatsoever. So I am concerned about that the most. No, that's fine. Okay, good. So there's a bunch of fields that I borrowed from audio. I'm gonna move that off screen for a minute and try to compress this. Not looking at that. All right. But more importantly, I want save settings, which isn't there apparently. Save settings here. Wanted to keep track of what these are. Okay. So I'm gonna have to take advantage of property fields for now because I can tell this struct is not supported and not in the mood. That recorders, version saver, upgraders, then okay, there's just a lot of property fields that I need to make this. I'm gonna put this on the other screen. You can't even see it, but at least you can see this. That's what matters. Right. So the first thing I need I like this setup actually. There's a lot of cool things going on here. But anyways, there is technically a property field somewhere in here under inspectors, editor only. And it comes across as completely invisible. That is great, but I can at least now get rid of mixer, right? Right. Yes. Um, this one takes just a save object, which I probably did for flexibility purposes. Um, and I regret that. It shouldn't take that. It should take save int. Anyways, property field, we're gonna call this recorders. The important part is the binding path. That is also set to recorders. The label should be recorders. Usage hint, focusable, picking, tooltips. Collection of methods to record saves based on platform. Cool. Then we create a first group called version handling. This one, version handling, header, and then we want one object field and one property field. So one object field here. There's actually a really nice object field at the bottom right there, so I can just copy and paste that instead. Copy. Paste. Didn't let me. Cool. That's cool. Well, we don't need you. This one is called version saver. And it takes in a save float. We're changing that to a save int. There. Seems to like that. Not complaining. Get rid of these two. Duplicate this recorder, apparently all the way at the bottom. This one we're calling upgraders. And it's just a list. Scripts that upgrades save previous saves. Scripts assisting backwards compatibility. By upgrading save data. I might want to put in like a label saying current version or something like that. I don't know. Right. Anyways, then the last thing is save data. This one we're calling save data. The header is just save data. Whoop. Then I get to delete all these shenanigans. This is another property field, so I get to just duplicate recorders, plop it here. This is just called save objects. I apparently had a really creative name for this. Set of save data. So yeah, I think this should do. So now, not implicitly convert this to that. Ah, right, because I wrote some stuff to expect. Ah, haha. All right, well, let's work on that then. That's pretty simple and easy. In fact, what is it expecting? It's expecting it to be inside the data folder. It is expecting it to be inside the data folder. So, oh, that was not the right operation. Call that data. And then it's expecting okay, I didn't make a quick note for this. Uh, Let me see. Right here, async. Let's just copy. A little too lazy to recall what the whole method was. Look something like this. This is just going to be temporary too. Let's do Hickey. Player prefs recorder, and that's literally just it. Just a player prefs recorder, and we want a version recorder. By default, it should have version. Records the save version of this game. It does have a minimum. It doesn't have a maximum version. I don't think it should. Then make sure that under save settings, that's player prefs recorder, the right name. It is version. That all looks good. Okay, here it is, the moment of truth. Assets, go to Omiya, no, not Omiya Games, pardon me. It's under settings, Omiya Games. Let's create a new folder. Saves. And yeah, save settings, plop it in there. Nice. Looks like that worked. This could be simplified, I think. It doesn't need this massive setup, I think. Upgraders looks good. Save data, save objects. Why does this look so awkward? Did I screw up on that? I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Whoop. Save data, save objects. That just has a header save data, then save objects. I'm actually baffled by this. I think it's just the weird wackiness that comes from having this header. So I could, for now, hide this. Yeah, let's just hide that and see what happens. I need to swap. Save data, objects. See, that doesn't make any sense because that implies that this has a label attached to it. And I don't see it? What happens if I just move this up here and delete this? I'm sure that's a decision I'm not going to regret, given that I haven't actually Okay, that's Oh, oh, I know what happened. Um, that's not good. Uh, so let me see if I can revert this. No, it doesn't let me. All right, that's fun. That's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. But what happened was that it tried rendering this header and it didn't like it. So basically duplicate something like this. Oh, it's not allowing me. Duplicate. Not apparently letting me. Okay. Well, fairly easy to create. Just a visual element. We'll call this save data. Uh, and we can duplicate that. Or not. Or yes. I might actually want to rename that. I think records is a better name. Alternatively, kind of liked it before. Yeah, this is bolded for some reason. Not sure why that bothers me. But this can be updated. Let's start, or I just want to update that real quick. What is this? Supported recorders drawer. Now, should be a couple of simple uh drawers here. Yeah, something to that effect. I think I am going to use a save data actually. Since there was nothing in that save thing, I don't mind there too. I don't care really too much about flooding that. Uh, that's because I haven't saved this yet. All right. So this drawer, what we want is from save settings, want platforms. And a recorder. Now these return a serialized property. Yes, yes. Okay, so change those bars. Um, Alright, just making sure I copied and pasted that correctly. Apparently I did. Um, yeah, there's really no need for labels here. The let's pull in like isn't there like a it's called editor helpers. Vertical margin, vertical space. I think vertical space. Ironically, it works for both cases. Position.width, position.width, divide by 2. Pretty darn sure I can use all property field. Yes, I can. I don't think we want the label. Oh, interesting. That's weird. Aha. typo. I didn't know this one that happened. I'm not using either of those. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Um, is there a way to draw this without a label? There we go. That's a better option. Look at that. I don't like the gap there actually. It kind of looks weird. Thought that vertical gap was a better one. Vertical space. Maybe vertical margin would have been better. Wait. Hmm. Well, I'm not gonna concern myself too much. This will be good to go. So that looks good. Upgraders isn't gonna really significantly change too much here. I don't need to concern myself with that. This is not gonna look great either, but I'm not gonna concern myself with that. Alright. So the only thing that I do need to concern myself this. This should have the version. I don't know why it didn't save. Um, as mid should be. I wonder if there's like a way to draw these save kind of thing. Because I feel like now I'm getting paranoid and I'm asking the question, is that properly as well? Yes, they were. Also, the keys are all capital, which I should probably keep consistent with that. Yeah, I wonder if there's a editor for serialized upgraders. Array 2 has disappeared. Why has upgraders disappeared? Right there? Okay, that's very strange. This should create saves, and it did, and this did. Okay. I'd say that's looking good. Implementing a proper saves settings property window. Looks good. Uh, Adding save settings data. Didn't realize I was on credits. I do want to create a new scene. Or all the scenes together are. That's not great. Um, Not sure I really like that setup. Uh, Flash. Yeah, let's call this splash or something. Splash scene. Um, uh, Give it all these shenanigans. Then, in build settings, splash scene is what you load first. All except the scenes into their own folder. And I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. This is a lot to work on. But yeah, there's just so much apparently work I've done with, oh, that's a be right back screen. Whoops, we want the end card screen. There's just so much I've worked on with the audio, just because the fact that for me, audio is kind of like one of the easiest things to get annoyed about in a game. If you hear the same sound effect, the same ping over and over and over again, it gets really, really annoying. So like I wanted to make sure that like there was something in there, um, fix that. And now that I moved that um, into its own folder, or package, I feel better in being able to share and export that. Uh, Here's to hoping that it eventually works. I know it doesn't work right now. The audio repository right now is completely private for that purposes. Like it doesn't work. But the save settings alone is a massive effort. So that's going to be what I'm going to be working on next week, and then hopefully I might be able to approach the audio settings again. Again, the end goal that I'm looking for is to be able to get um, the the what's the word I'm looking for? Menus. Uh, a new menu system to be set up. So yeah, I'm going to be exploring that soon. Hopefully, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 2 weeks. Anyways, that's the stream for now. I will hopefully be back next week to work on more of it. See ya.